Have you considered about the structure of city and violation with human daily life, Kelvin?
Yeah. The city planning actually come in a human history. Each famous city has a different urban sprawl. When the city has not unique unique sprawling, cities will purge with time.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Our city is the success case for us to study. Hong Kong combine different culture. Our city appeal miscellaneous pattern and it is easy find on street. Let's say when I walk across the central, monument, fairs, consulate, and residential building. That why Hong Kong is the international city in Asia. I want to discuss about the city structure. How do you think?
Excellent. In our Hong Kong history, on the original land in Hong Kong, have a different story with the refugees and and Slavic called in the like a one child called change to come.
Oh, I want to point out the sentence from Aldo Wazzy. The page is 1907. Low city even less a sense of its own individuality, the architecture of the city as a total work of art and structure value. Uh, I want to mention your previously and speak. Um, I am agree the sea line show the extension in physicity and the building rebuild and renovation in each generation. Let's talk about our core region in Hong Kong Island and concentrate temporal dimension, spatial and continuity, and primary elements with city with height and acceleration.
The core area of Hong Kong is the central, and the core of central is the starter square.
Yes, there is UK government administrator center. Before 1997, British hand over Hong Kong to mainland China. Nonetheless, the phenomenons it still remain a lot of April cultural building in Hong Kong.
I'm sure my opinion, or according to the book, the point, spatial continue units to of the city. Yeah, I'm sure my PowerPoint now. Um, in my PowerPoint, I'm the starter square is my it is the central uh start point because here is have a much more history like her build um I'm start my opinion urban change urban change is in Hong Kong. The city is constantly changing over time, former building of different periods, and different buildings will be built in different periods, like Hong Kong during the British administration to commemorate rate commemorating the sixth floor and now and the brasserie of Queen Victoria's accession to the throne. The Hong Kong government caused a bronze state state of the Queen was echo Eric Eric and the State Square was built. At the time, Central was the core of politics. So many different government buildings were built, including the including the final period. Uh, so I'm show the picture for you. In the 1950 years, the picture that here is coast life. The Hong Kong coast life. You can see the Hong Kong final appeal. Here is the starter score. Yeah. In the 2008 years picture, here is the starter score. In the nowadays most recently the picture is the 2020 years picture. You can't see anything here, but here is much more the new building for the economy. Yeah, in my meaning, I'm meaning for the this in the old time, the Hong Kong Central is the politics the central, but in now here is the economic centrals. So the space so the spatial continuous is the city will be changed. That's my opinion. Thank you.
Yes, I'm totally agree your opinion because it is very obviously to see the renovation from the Wanjai. I can see the exhibition center and have the vicissitude. The land have the exchange in there. Church symbolize the Gothic style and symbol and consisting with the ancient magnificent church. It already over 115 years here, and we built the 1913 too. The church of original function and the built an art and all and for the occupation enlargement. The ancient building come back to church and build up the new private school aside. You can see the school quite taller than the church, and they have transition in community. It is very fun with the I pull out in further context. First of all, the urban development have the spatial continuity. When the beside church and the fully occupation, they will build up the new church and the wet one and listen to fulfill the commercial people requirement. You can see the big wall and the church near the original church location and fulfill the requirement from people. The timeline provide the evidence to show the phenomenon. City has before and after. All of the building were by the demand and further rebuild and increase the function in the region. And it becomes the historical symbolization and develop with the vicissitude. The lower terrace after the development, the nation new building and keep the same function and renovation, and the building increase the height and obviously and surround the church. They have the wisdom pattern inside. Residential, parkland, West Market, a community hall, and religion the function. It is a very common components in here and complete the development with the Putin develop the city. The time has not affect the original elements in here, and this will affect the population density. So why here keep the high level from the land? They have the large and the settlement surround the community, and the building arrangement have the horizontal type, and they also kill a light from here. This is a typical pattern. And the church also uphold the hard strict in planning from the city pattern. Hong Kong Island are very similar and arrangement in structure. We can find the tram road. It can help the people convenient and fast and the center from the city. You can see the train in the underground here and we have the reasonable function in here and for the citizen. You can see residential building except the parkland. You can see the inside have the parkland. And the house and the daily use for the people is mainly facility developments and under the complete the city planning. And I want to cite the sentence from the WASI and page 70. It is logic and important to understand that the success of residential complex is also related to the existing of public continuity people living here, and they also like this the region. And you can see and find a lot of the different culture and combine in here. Let's say this is a renovation building, and there have the traditional red brick wall building. There is a church, and there are community hall in there. So they will be near the same at the same the location, and they provide the common facility to people in villages. Okay, explain about and summarize some the point to with you. The first one, the structure of the urban planning was set and increased the attractive power under less of house constantine. This region keep the high level in growth continuity, and the population density have an extinguishable and strict from housing obviously. And the residential building from same point have the temporal transition. In the lower tenements areas, they keep the cow and old condition in their same point. Where I stand, the apartment house appearance new and population density and lesser than lower tenements. Also, the highest residential building divide independent units. And near the church, different country people are happy to live there. Simple. Due to the complete artificial planning, we can see the park, West Market, religion building, and community hall integrate in the district. I repeat and reinstatement why Hong Kong is the international city. That's all for our presentation. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Hi.